So I'm sure that most of you that watch my channel are a bit like me, hobbyist photographers, work during the week and look forward to the weekend to get out with a camera on the Saturday or Sunday and look forward to hopefully some nice weather conditions. But it doesn't always go like that. In fact, most of the time you get conditions like this. Flat, grey and just horrible, really. But I've got the Saturday to come out, so I'm going to make the most of it. And what I thought I'd do today is to come to Rutland Water. It's only 20 minutes from my house, so it's nice and easy. There is supposed to be a bit of a break in the clouds, according to Claire outside, between 10 and 12, and I'm about 10:30, 11 o'clock now, just to add a little bit of texture to these grey, horrible clouds. And my plan is to shoot Normanton Church, which I have shot before at sunset, but just to shoot it in a few different conditions. Now, it's grey, it's flat, it's probably and more or less certain going to be black and white today. In fact, what I probably will do is to set the camera to black and white when I'm taking the shots, just so I can actually visualise what the shot will look like in mono, because there isn't a great deal of colour. The rocks have got a little bit of colour on them, but it's not going to add a lot, so black and white I think it is. So maybe some long exposures, black and white shots of the church in slightly different compositions that I've shot before. There is a composition of the church over the other side actually, which I'll need my zoom telephoto to come into the church at a different angle. I'm not sure whether that'll work out, but I might give that a go later. So yeah, flat, moody, black and white Normanton Church shots. Let's give it a go, eh? Actually, I quite like that composition there. Nice and simple. Church on the right hand side. Flat skies. Flat lake. I might give it a go. So yeah, that's quite a simple shot actually. Church on the right hand side of the frame. All the rest, completely nothing, negative space. I've actually broken one of the classic rules. I've put the horizon in the middle. I've put a 16:9 aspect ratio on the camera just so I can visualise that. I might crop in a little bit to the left, not sure. I'm at f9, focused directly to the church because it's the only thing in the frame that needs to be in focus. I've got the yes, I have got the polarizer on. I've just turned the polarizer a little bit just to take some of the reflection off of the water in front. And I've also got my 0.6 graduated filter on. Bring out a little bit of texture in those clouds. There is a little bit there, so that graduated filter just helps to bring out some of that texture in the clouds. And then I've got a 6-stop ND filter to give me, I actually took 30 seconds there. I played around 15, 20, 30 seconds, and I think the 30 seconds one looks nice. It will be black and white, and I should probably process it to make it nice and moody, quite dark, but then light across the horizon in the middle. Yeah, I think actually that's not too bad. Right, see what else we can find. Now I may or I may not have moved that log in front of my camera just because it's a similar shape to the church and therefore could add some interesting foreground to this picture. So as I stumbled across it, I thought, well, why not take the shot? So this is a portrait shot. I have got the log right in the foreground. I am what am I at? God, I can't do this without falling over. I'm at 24mm. I'm focused on the log and I'm focused on the church, and I shall be focused stacking them clearly because this log is very close to my camera. And I'm using the bank or the sandbank here to lead you around to the church. Again, this will be black and white. Yeah, see what this one looks like. Oh. Ah! You can tell this is a popular spot with photographers. See that there? Log perfectly positioned, pointing up towards the church. Wasn't me, honest, it was not me. And I'm not going to take the shot because actually, in this light, it's not going to do much, but yeah, just made me laugh. Thought you'd like it. Well, I know I said I was only going to take shots of the church today, but I spotted some trees, and you know what I'm like with trees, can't resist them. They're over on the far bank actually. If you look at Rutland Water, it actually comes in and there's an area that isn't flooded, a high ground in the middle where Hambleton is a village on that inlet. And on the bank of there, there's some little trees that are jutting out now. Actually, I know about these trees, I've walked past them before and I was thinking of going over there a little bit later. But from this angle with the trees just jutting out into the lake or into the reservoir, again, what I've done with this shot is a nice simple shot, probably end up being a square or 4x3. Long exposure, I've got the 6-stop on again. I've tried to get some detail in the sky with the grad. It's not really pulling a lot out. But again, simple shot, just the trees coming out, long exposure with the water nice and flat, and the sky nothing in it. It'll probably be quite light and bright. And again, probably be black and white. So yeah, and there's also a couple of other little trees that are just poking out on an inlet just over the other side, which again, I know where they are. So I think I could have a trip over there and see if I can get those. And then while I'm there, I can also get that shot across the reservoir, as I said earlier on, towards the church from the other direction. So I'll have a look at that. I knew it'd be a good reason for me to put my wellies on today. Hunter wellies, they're fantastic, these are. Christmas present. It's like wearing slippers in a lake. It's brilliant. So actually, all I've done here is just turn my camera around, apart from moving into the lake. I've just turned my camera around, the trees are over there. There is a little bit of light coming through, and it's given a little bit of definition in the clouds above. So I've just switched round and I've got the bank here just clipping in on the left hand side of the frame, bottom left hand corner, and the top right hand corner is where we've got a little bit of definition in the cloud, which balances the shot quite nicely. Top left and top right and bottom left, and then the church in the middle. Again, I've got the 6-stop on to give me about 10 seconds just to flatten the water out. And yeah, I think actually with a little bit of dodging and burning, this actually could look quite a nice shot. So, right, I'm going to go across the other side now. I might actually grab a coffee before I go. Yeah, good idea. So I've come over to the other side now, through Hambleton and out on this little area here just to the north of the lake, and I just wanted to see what that composition was like of the church. You may be able to just about see it behind me on the other bank. It is it's quite small. It would work with the 70-200, but the trouble is in this light it's just very flat and it just gets lost completely with the trees that it's got behind it. It really just needs some direct light on it to make it punch out of those trees in the background. In this light it's just flat and it just wouldn't work, so I'm not going to shoot it. But it's actually a reasonable sunrise shot, a nice winter sunrise shot actually, because the sun rises. We're sort of facing southeast here, so the sun will rise over there, and it could give a reasonable composition for a sunrise shot. Probably not the best church sunrise shot, but it is. It's, you know, if you want to take something different, then it's worth a go. But anyway, I'm now going to explore a little bit further around here. There's a little patch of trees there that I shot from the other side, and I just want to see if I can get them in a slightly different composition. So I'm just going to have a wander around this way. So here's these trees that I was talking about earlier on. So what have I done here? I've got down quite low, as you can see, 16-35 on. I've taken a couple of shots here. First of all, I've included some of the foreground in here, some of these boulders here. And there's a patch underneath. I've got the polarizer on so I can see through the water, and there's a patch of dark rocks where the boulders go down, and then when they finish it goes to a bit of light area and then it goes darker again. So given that I'm thinking of turning this black and white, that sort of contrasting tones might work in the foreground, and then up to the trees in the background that have got some reflection. There's a little bit of ripple now, but when I took the shot a second ago it was okay. I didn't need a filter to flatten it out. I was getting about a fifth of a second, something like that. So I've taken that one, and then I've tried another one with literally just a square crop of just the trees. Again, dark in the foreground. There's nothing in the sky at all. It's flat as anything. But I have bracketed it just in case there is a little bit of detail I can bring out in post. So again, that will probably be square crop, quite dark, moody, light in the middle where the trees are. And yeah, just see if that works. It's been a struggle today, if I'm honest, but I'm going to wander back towards the car. There is another shot back towards the car which I might stop at. But anyway, here's this one, and then I'll see what there is on the way back before I pack up. I have struggled today, but I've actually enjoyed it. I expected a struggle today. I knew it was going to be flat grey skies, which is why I came here with the intention of shooting black and white. And I guess that's the story that I'm trying to get across today, is that you know, you can still get out and get some reasonable shots in any conditions. Grey and flat lends itself to mono and black and white. It also lends itself to some long exposures, which is why I've come here to Rutland Water today to try and get some of those nice minimalistic work. One or two I've taken probably fit that criteria. But yeah, as I say, I think if you're struggling, you look at the grey sky, there's always an opportunity. So it's interesting. I've had another binge watcher on my channel, a guy called Ian Mack. I'm sure you're watching this, Ian. And yeah, he went through all of my videos, as did Graham Thompson last year. I still can't believe people do that, but he did. And he left some really funny comments, actually, on many of them. Quite complimentary, some of them. But one of the things he picked up on is my comments about the fens. In many of my blogs, I've called it bleak and desolate. And I was trying to just explain that the character of the fens is often associated with those terms of desolation and bleakness and coldness and starkness. But he picked me up on it, and quite rightly too, and said, you know, let's just talk talk about them as the beautiful fens. And he's right, you know, they are. And even on a day like today, I know I'm not in the fens today, but you can still say that the landscape is beautiful no matter what the conditions are, no matter how flat it is, and lack of beautiful mountains and gorgeous waterfalls. You know, we're here in this flat part of the world, and we should enjoy it. We should enjoy the countryside in whatever the conditions are. So thanks for pointing that out, Ian. I really appreciate you doing that, and appreciate you watching my vlogs as well, you madman. So I'm going to call it a day now. I'll leave you with a final image which I've picked as one of my favourites of the day. After I've edited them, you'll have seen them already. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like and a subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, leave us a comment, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one, which will probably be in the Peak District. Got a meeting planned in a couple of weeks' time in the Peak District with a load of other photographers, a UTOGS meetup. Really looking forward to that. There'll be a lot of people there, I know. It'd be good to catch up with those guys and hopefully have a good couple of days of photography with a few hills, or peaks, shall we say. So I'm really looking forward to that. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next vlog. See you soon.